Let's learn how to tie slip wings for dry flies using duck quills. So first off, you need a matching pair, and you need a piece off of the right side and a piece off of the left side, or the right feather and the left feather. And what I'm referring to is the wings, the wing feathers. Now it's crucial that you have the same amount of fibers on both sides. It's also crucial that the tips have the same direction on them, okay? Because sometimes one will have a longer taper, and you just need to manipulate the feather to change that. So, when I go to tie this in, I want the orientation of the wing to go with the orientation of the eye on a down eye hook. That's the easiest way to remember. Most hooks these days for dry flies are down eye. So, as you see, we got the same orientation. Now when I go to bring this feather forward here, I'm going to make sure it's flat on the shank and directly in the center. That is imperative. You cannot not do that, okay? Make sure we got it perfect. And when I bring this thread up, I'm going to pinch this in my fingers. And now some people will go 1.5 times and then pull up for their tension, and that keeps it from rolling. It keeps your stuff from rolling. I don't do that. I just make sure that I pull directly straight down. And then I'm pinching this feather and this hook extremely hard with my fingers. But as my thread starts to come down, I start to tilt back. I start releasing pressure off of the tips, and I slowly go back towards the back of my finger. And I'm almost like picking the tips up with the pressure. So I'm going to come over, I'm going to grab it, and again, pull straight down. Okay? And if you did that, you should have a wing. Now, this has a little bit of a buckle in it. It's fine. Don't freak out, don't panic. Pick it up and do it again. This time, my thread tension was too much, causing me to lose a fiber. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Another thing that I want to point out is my thread is flat. I'm using Magpie Material 72 denier thread, and it sets nice and flat. So let's say you tied your wing, even though that wing was fine for me. Let's say you tied it too short and you need to lengthen it. And you think that that little divot right there is going to cause your wing to look different. Well, it won't. So we're going to do the same thing. And when you first tie it in, it might look a little strange. We're going to come in here, and we're going to cut this out. Now, if I was tying a tail on this fly, I would go ahead and tie it in now. And I'll show you why. Now, I don't care what this tail looks like. This is just a demonstration fly. I'm just trying to show the wings here. So we'll just pretend I'm tying in a tail, whatever. So I would measure where I need, and I'd go ahead and cut my tail, and I'd tie it in. And the reason I do that is now my body is nice and slim. And if I was going to put a quill on here, I'd go ahead and tie the quill in, and then I'd work my thread back up. So, now we're back up to these wings. And these wings are too long now, but this is demonstration. So we're going to pull this straight back. And we're going to stack some wraps in front of it. Okay, and this is going to help stand it up. And then we're going to grab our scissors or bodkin. We're going to come down and open them up. And then what I do is I come in with my fingers and I push way down, like a lot. And that's going to allow me to figure out where I am, where I need to put everything. So I see that one's leaning forward a little bit, so I just put a little wrap on it. And now you see right here we have this little piece where we tied in earlier, that's going to be completely covered up. Also, I am missing a fiber on this side. That's why it's a little skinnier. So from this point, if you were bothered by that, you see which side it looks fatter on. Come in, we're going to grab one fiber. And then I'm going to grab a pair of tweezers to take it out of there. From this point, a lot of tires do figure 8 wraps. And you can, but I don't. Here's why. Just from that one wrap right there, I'm already starting to buckle my near wing. And I don't want my wings buckled. So what I do is I just leave it. Because when you put your hackle on here, the hackle fibers are going to hold this in place. Also, my wing would be tied in up here. I would go about 2 or 3 mils forward on this. So, and the same thing goes for fatter wings. That's pretty much it. If there's anything else you'd like to see, please let me know, and I will catch you on the fly.